people to make a commitment to call a representative, one on our side and one not our side. She's right. If we get a certain, if we get a number of people to continuously call the office for several days in a row, that's how Defiance got Bob Lotta to speak at theirs. He doesn't even like this movement, but he had to come. They passed the number around and had massive calls going to his office. Sherrod Brown is on our side. Marcy Kaptur is on our side. They're not in our district, but I left you a list of representatives.
Yeah, we need to find out who's in our district and what they're on.
Yeah, he's nothing.
That wasn't a personal opinion. It's okay.
I tried to that's Chad Roberts' personal opinion, not the group. My personal opinion. You're anti-American, man.
I never even got any acknowledgement of my complaint.
Yeah, they'll lock all our doors.
An email.
Alright.
Rob Portman too, basically.
I have another proposal, and that's a sign committee to kind of cover the signs on things that we shouldn't have on the signs and things that we should have on the signs. Because we're obviously we have to stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused.
Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
Sign committee?
We're going to go on a sign committee.
Okay.
Can I say something after that sign thing? The less is more, because the more you write, the people don't have time to sit there and look at it because they're driving by.
And that's something we'll discuss. That's something we'll discuss upon setting up a sign committee.
This reads loud and it's simple and right to the point.
I think we should, in my personal opinion, I think we should stick with facts on the signs.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
less is more.
You should propose that we stick to facts on the sign.
Is everybody okay with that proposal?
I block it only because if you make the sign, you're the one holding it. You're the one getting the ticket, not the group. You are as a person.
I say block profanity, but not a person's personal message.
No. The proposal was, do you think we should stick with putting on facts?
Facts. Just facts.
I mean, not facts only. Like that sign. That's
her
a proposal.
personal opinion. Why can't she hold that sign? She's the one that told it.
All right. Well, what's your proposal?
I propose we censor profanity and everything else.
Actually, that's a good sign. When the sign that you had, sign that you had earlier was from top to bottom,
I think we have the right to have our
and it was so much to read. I couldn't even read it standing.
Okay.
You need a working committee for that.
Well, we all do agree on a sign committee then.
That's fine. Just don't censor them, man. Just censor the profanity. Let people say what they want to say.
Okay.
Well, why do we need a sign committee? Why can't we just talk about it now? Why we gotta break it up?
Don't put profanity on signs. Can everybody agree to that? We all know that.
That's a definite agree.
All right, then we do have a disagreeing on the sign committee, right?
Sure. I mean, let's just. Are we gonna? When's the sign committee gonna go? Why don't we just talk about that right now?
All right. Well, does everybody agree then that we should keep whatever goes on the signs related to the declaration?
Yeah. Sure.
I agree with that.
Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Cool.
What if I have a political issue that I don't agree with? Can I put it on the sign? What if I don't like issue 2? Can I state that on the sign?
I think we should keep it to.
But the problem is, then you're impeding upon my First Amendment right to free speech.
Sure. I mean, you can have any sign you want, but I think what we're saying is, why don't we work with the huge federal issues first? Or I mean, why don't we focus on the big federal issues and leave, and that's what we focus on. What's more important?
I'm okay with that after issue 2's over.
I don't agree.
Well, okay, I mean this.
You gotta chip away at something. You can't just go after the big giant.
It's affecting me.
I don't agree with
You gotta go after the small stuff too. You gotta have the small victories.
I mean,
hold on, listen, guys. Listen. If you say we can only hold signs for one thing, and the Veterans Association wants to get involved about a right for veterans, then that's going to go against it, and you're going to exclude.
No, it's not. As long as we can put whatever we want on the signs, as long as it relates to what's stated in the Declaration, right? Do you agree with that?
I just think that you let each, each person.
The Declaration is why we are here. Those are the issues. That's why Occupy exists.
I'm here for free speech, bro.
See, that's what it is. It goes
to opinions, because where are you going to draw the lines at and say this is according to it and this isn't? Because some people may understand what this issue is about and they may not. But if it's going, yeah, it is absolutely. There's hundreds of issues that are going to bring people together.
Exactly.
And in some way, if I view that one of these issues is related to this with the government corruption, then that's my right to hold the sign, is what we're saying. You know, if you're going to come out here and say, well, I'm going to protest against this and that, if it's a cause, you know, to say build a new school, or we should, you know, get the streets done on this corner, that's not something that's going, you know, towards the declaration of what our purpose is. So I think the idea is that, you know, it's up to each individual to say, you know, this is my opinion and this is how it relates to the government to me. And everyone's going to have their own issues. And if we do exclude those things and say you can't hold a sign that says that, then they're just going to feel like they can't be a part of it. But going against the government corruption is very important to all of us. But if we don't fight these little fights and make these little battles something that we can have victories over, like this issue 2 thing, we claim that as a victory. Yes, we won. It's a victory for the people, exactly it. And you know, that's good. That's motivation to keep going. It's more morale for people. So
wrap it up, Josh.
That's it. Okay, somebody start doing this.
Oh, here, Aaron, please speak.
I feel that this movement's about the fact that voting in our politics has become corrupted, and it's pretty much continuing the problem of the status quo. And I think that if we go out and just, some people support one issue, and then there's going to be other people that in this movement that support the other issue. If we show that to the public, they're going to be confused about what we are about.
I'd like to comment on that, because you make a really good point. However, I think it's going to be the opposite effect. Because the more people you have down here, the more attention you're going to get. I think this should be the place for free speech, we the people. And you should say yes on 2, you should say no on 2, you should say yes on your issue, no on your issue, but this is a place you can speak your mind and nobody's going to shut you down.
Yeah.
That's what this should be right here. And we're going to waste a whole heck of a lot of time, guys, arguing about stupid stuff like this if we don't let it just go. I say rock and roll on signs, man. Because the more people we get down here, the more they're going to pay attention to us.
I can agree with that, because I don't support no on issue 2. I support. I can't even say I support yes on issue 2. Okay.
It's undecided.
But I came in saying I don't think issue 2 is no on issue 2 is part of the grand scheme of things. But after listening to him, the thing is, free speech trumps everything.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah. And we gotta. I mean.
But do we all agree that it should be related to the declaration?
Yeah, it should
stated
be.
within the Occupy.
But that's where it gets into the problem with this too, because you think it's for the beliefs that we're talking about. I tend to disagree.
No, we should both be allowed to hold that sign. You against it, me for it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's free speech, brother, man.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like we're in agreement for you know, having a sign committee, somebody in charge of making sure, you know, supplies or signs are here or not here. That's the important issues. We need to make sure that, you know, this thing's kind of controlled, so we don't have just this mess of papers flying around. But if you want to make your sign, keep your sign, hold it. You know, free speech.
Speaking of sign materials, we do need sign materials. The markers, the big markers we had are starting to run out, and I know we're starting to run out of empty poster boards as well. Most of them are already front to back.
Yeah. I know what they do on Wall Street, guys, is everybody makes signs and they just put them in huge piles and people dig them.
That is what they do.
Whatever appeals to them, they grab it and they hold it up. And that's what we should do. Just no profanity.
Okay. All right, we have agreed. We have somebody else that wants to say something.
Got too many kids and ladies around here. Don't need profanity.
I think I agree with free speech. The problem is, for the group though, I think we need focus. If we get too many people saying too many different things, it could be divisive and take away from really